a complaint against Justin Baldoni and others in California, claiming she filed a complaint at first, not a lawsuit. Okay, so on December 20th, she had filed a complaint with the Californian Civil Rights Department.
Blake Lively is in full crisis mode. So what exactly happened in court this time, and why is she scrambling for damage control again? This latest courtroom showdown saw Blake attempting to gain access to Justin's personal phone records, including calls and texts, in an effort to uncover any dirt she could use. But the judge wasn't having any of it. In a ruling that had Justin's legal team's
ongoing legal battle, Lively's legal team saying the experiences of Ms. Lively and others were documented at the time they occurred starting in May of 2023. Going on to write, Mr. Baldoni acknowledged the complaints in writing.
Celebrating, the court flat out rejected Blake's demands, calling them excessively intrusive and completely unnecessary. And now the panic is setting in. Blake's team was seeking an astonishing 2.5 years worth of call logs, text messages, and even location data. But here's the kicker. Blake herself claimed that the alleged retaliation began in August of this year. So why on earth would she need records dating back years?
First amended complaint, Blake changed what she alleges about what happened while filming the slow dance scene, now that the footage has been released for everyone to see. So what they're saying is, now that, Justin Baldoni shared the truth of what it looks like, they're no longer making the same claims. Previously, they said Miss Lively was filming a slow dance scene for a montage in which no sound was recorded. Of course, Justin proved there was sound. Mr. Baldoni chose to let the camera roll and have them perform the scene, but did not act in character as Ryle. Instead, he spoke to Miss Lively out of character as
That's exactly what the judge wanted to know. Convinced they had a winning strategy, Team Blake tried to go after Justin's emails, messages, and call logs, hoping to prove he orchestrated a smear campaign against her. They even sent subpoenas to Atant, Verizon, and T-Mobile, essentially demanding access to almost every communication Justin had for years. But the judge saw right through it. He ruled that the request was nothing more than a desperate fishing expedition, an attempt to dig up something incriminating whether it existed or not.
That Justin's team is making in kind of complying with what they're viewing as threats made on her behalf against Justin is like, well, there's this financial consequence to everything in addition to the strike consequences too, right? So they filmed May to June, then shut down for the strike, and then they were down until January. But I think that the strike lifted in November, but then she had
narrowly tailored subpoena, if they even could. Translation? Blake's fishing trip has officially been shut down. Justin's attorney, Brian Friedman, wasted no time in celebrating this major legal win. In a statement, he called out Blake's excessive demands, stating, "The court has rightfully put a stop to Miss Lively's blatant attempt to violate our client's privacy. This ruling only further solidifies that her claims hold no merit." And honestly, he's got a point. This marks Justin's third major courtroom victory in this ongoing battle, and each time, Blake's case continues to crumble. But instead of accepting defeat, her team is doubling down, now questioning why Justin is so resistant to handing over his records. What's really happening here? It seems like Blake's team is testing the limits of what the judge will allow. But after this latest ruling, it's clear that they're running out of legal maneuvers. The clock is ticking, and with each loss, Blake's case looks shakier than ever. At the start of any legal battle, you don't always know what's out there. You're trying to gather as much information as possible. That's why the initial approach is often broad, casting a wide net to see what sticks. Some judges allow this within reason, never granting everything requested, but giving enough latitude to explore the case. It seems like the expectation here was that the judge might allow for broader discovery, and perhaps Justin's team was testing those boundaries. In response, a spokesperson for Blake fired back, questioning Brian Friedman's motives. What is he trying to hide? He vowed to release all the receipts, yet ran to court to keep phone records under wraps, the same records that reveal who Baldoni and his associates were in contact with during their alleged retaliation efforts. The spokesperson continued, criticizing the opposition's stance. They act as if they're entitled to 2.5 years worth of call history. Instead of obtaining these records directly from the phone companies as we originally requested, the judge ruled that we could access them, so long as our request was more specific. That's exactly what we're doing today. We're now submitting targeted requests directly to the defendants and look forward to reviewing the results. Clearly, Blake isn't stepping back. With her legal fight heating up, Blake is under pressure to find something that strengthens her case. After the judge denied her access to Justin's phone records, she took an unexpected step. Now Taylor Swift, once one of Blake Lively's closest friends, has unexpectedly been dragged into the drama. Sources indicate that Justin's legal team is compiling a list of potential witnesses, and Taylor's name keeps surfacing. The big question now is whether they will attempt to subpoena her. Given that Taylor has publicly stood by Blake's side, there is speculation that she may have even quietly contributed to Blake's legal defense. If Justin's team can argue that Taylor played a role in shaping public perception of the case, it could take this battle to an entirely new level. Legal experts say it wouldn't be surprising if Taylor Swift is subpoenaed for communication records, emails, or even testimony regarding what she knew and when she knew it. You're going to depose Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift. Who else? One legal analyst questioned. Anyone with relevant information who can provide evidence in this case will be called in. And that includes Taylor Swift. She was present at that meeting. She was there. While the legal implications are clear, the real question remains. Will she fight it? Insiders say absolutely. Taylor has spent years keeping her legal matters private, and she's not about to let this case drag her into the spotlight. However, if the court deems her testimony essential, she may not have much of a choice. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's latest courtroom loss hasn't gone unnoticed. Major publications like The Hollywood Reporter and Variety have covered the case extensively, with many in the industry now questioning if Blake has any real ground left to stand on. The Hollywood Reporter's latest cover story painted her as an actress desperately clinging to a losing battle. It didn't take long for Blake's team to fire back, calling the coverage sexist and degrading. A representative for Lively stated, "The way Miss Lively is being portrayed in this lawsuit is appalling and riddled with stereotypes. This kind of rhetoric is exactly why so many women hesitate to speak up. Women often hesitate to speak up, fearing the repercussions that may follow. But in this high-stakes legal showdown, silence is proving just as costly." On the other side, Justin Baldoni has remained mostly quiet, choosing to let his legal team and the court rulings do the talking. Behind the scenes, he has been carefully gathering what he believes to be the necessary receipts, determined to fight this battle with hard facts rather than public statements. But the toll of this ongoing war is becoming increasingly evident. Earlier this month, Baldoni admitted that the legal fight has taken a severe emotional toll on him, leaving him grappling with anxiety, stress, and sleepless nights. His attorney revealed that the prolonged court proceedings have also drained him financially, painting a grim picture of what's truly at stake. And the damage isn't limited to his mental health. His career has taken a massive hit as well. Industry insiders claim that the lawsuit has severely impacted Baldoni's professional prospects, leading to the loss of 3 major projects. These weren't just any opportunities. They were high-profile deals that could have raked in hundreds of millions. Instead, they've slipped through his fingers, leaving his future in Hollywood uncertain. Blake Lively isn't faring much better. Her legal team has made it clear that the lawsuit has had a devastating effect on her career too, with reports surfacing that she lost a coveted hosting gig on Saturday Night Live, a move that could have helped her stay in the public's good graces. Sources close to the actress reveal that while she remains publicly composed behind closed doors, she is deeply frustrated and aware of the precarious situation she finds herself in. At this point, one thing is clear. This legal battle is more than just a PR nightmare. It's turning into a career killer for both stars. While Justin's silence and calculated legal approach have cost him dearly, Blake's relentless pursuit of this case has led to 3 consecutive court losses, a pattern that doesn't bode well for her future. If she continues down this path, she risks not just losing the lawsuit, but also damaging her once untouchable reputation. The entertainment industry is watching closely, and so are the fans. The question now is, will either of them be able to come out of this unscathed? Or will this bitter legal war leave both of their careers in ruins? One thing's for sure, Hollywood is watching closely, and we'll be right here covering every twist and turn. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest developments in this unfolding drama.